They were charging for Operation Christmas Child boxes, but that's not why I don't give the Operation Christmas Child. I'll explain what that meant. I overspoke a little bit. I want you to hear this, though. Look, I know that Samaritan's Purse, who's in charge of Operation Christmas Child, is trying to do a good thing. I know that you're trying to do a good thing. So I don't want anyone to feel like, oh my goodness, there's scandal, there's craziness. That's not what I'm suggesting. I don't choose to do Operation Christmas Child. A lot of faithful Christians do. I love you guys. I know you're trying to do what's best. Here's some of the reasons that I don't do Operation Christmas Child. It's because we're exporting materialism. Now, before I get to that, everyone's wondering, and I was asked when I mentioned this in the sermon, I was asked, what do you mean they charge for boxes? I gotta say, and I did say in the sermon they were charging for boxes, and I want to offer a correction here because I overspoke. I emphasized that little, I spoke too loudly about that. It's not that Operation Christmas Child charges kids for boxes. They're not like, here's your box, kid, give me $5. It was a very complicated issue. It was about transportation. Some people were charging to go get the boxes, and people couldn't get the boxes unless they paid to go get them. And I'll put links below this video on YouTube so that you could actually see the original article by someone who I think is a missionary in Zambia, why she said they were being charged. Then I want you to see Operation Christmas Child's response where they say, hey, we fixed this. This did happen, but we fixed it. Then I want you to see her response and the pastors in the area where they kind of say, we don't think it's fixed. It's more complicated than just they're charged for boxes. And I don't know how widespread this is. It happened in this area. I don't know if things like this happen around the world. I don't think this is a problem with Operation Christmas Child, the national organization here in America. I think this is a problem with some local leaders and how they interpreted and how they ran things in their country. But it's something for us to think about. But that's not why I don't give. Anyway, okay, so I just want to be clear on that. I don't think there's any financial scandal going on. But I don't know. I don't investigate the finances deeply. But the reason I don't give to Operation Christmas Child is because we're exporting materialism. American Christians think, when I have stuff, then God is faithful. When I don't have stuff, what is God doing? And we have this feeling in America that if you're faithful to God, you'll have stuff. Now, never mind the fact that that's not in the Bible, but we're exporting that to other countries. We take a shoebox, we pack it full of stuff, and because we can't fathom the idea of someone not having the same stuff as us, and it feels good to give someone our stuff, we give them stuff in the name of Jesus, but implicitly that kind of implies you guys should come to Jesus because we have stuff and we know Jesus, and if you come to Jesus, you might get stuff. That's not the message I want to communicate. I want people to know Jesus. I know you want people to know Jesus, but I don't want to do it with cheap shoebox toys. I want to do it, I know a lot of you do not love, but I want to do it with things like the BIC Spice program, right? This is the thing in India where students who maybe don't have the same opportunities as others can go and get housing, they get nutritious meals, they get clean water, they get nurturing care, they get medical provision, they get education, they get to learn about Jesus. And a lot of these people who grow up in these hostels, they end up being leaders in the church in India. I mean, you can just donate $18 a month for that, and you're providing for kids to get housing and learning about Jesus and clean water and education, really important things. I know it's more fun to pack a shoebox with $18 worth of toys, but I don't think it makes as much of a difference in the long run. And that's not the type of Jesus I want to export. I want to tell people, here's the real Jesus. Let's walk with you for years. If you want to help someone, give to the BIC Spice program. The link's below too. If you want to help, there's other organizations too. Just off the top of my head, there's this thing called Heifer International where they help people in other countries who want to have businesses, and they teach them how, and there might even be some loans involved. It's really cool stuff. You have to check it out. I don't know all about this stuff. You got to find the right organization. You got to investigate. You got to hear their philosophy and see if it lines up. Give to a local pastor. You want to help in Mozambique? Find a church in Mozambique. Help them out. You give to some missionaries. Missionaries are in need, and people need missionaries to go into countries, to be there for years. Not just for a week, but for years, to tell people about Jesus Christ. So anyway, if you want to help out, I suggest things like that. That's amazing. It's not always as flashy as packing toys in a box, but it's longer lasting, and it's really Jesus, not just trinkets. So that's my opinion, And that's what I like to do instead of OCC.